Hey guys, I'm Sebastian.
I'm Christine.
This is Ninth Island Connection, but you know that already because you're watching this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Also hit us up on social media. We're Instagramming, we're TikToking, we're everywhere. We're Ninth Island Connection. You can also check out the description below so that you can see how you can watch our television show wherever you are.
All right, guys, as you can maybe tell, we are in yet another hotel room here in Las Vegas. And if you're familiar with our channel, we spend a lot of time in hotel rooms in Las Vegas, even though we live in Las Vegas. I know, it's crazy. But you know what? We get asked a lot of questions about tips for staying in Vegas, and that's what we're going to share in this video. Things that we think would be helpful for hotel rooms when you're staying here in Las Vegas. So let's get to it. And instead of looking at us through this video, we are going to show just a big compilation of some of the hotel rooms that we've stayed at in Vegas. Now, we're not listing which property is which, but if you're familiar with them, then you know. But if you have questions about particular rooms featured in this video, feel free to leave your comments below. Also, we're going to put a playlist for all of our room tours for all of the different properties that we've stayed at here in Vegas. That'll be right in the description.
Even though we live in Vegas, we staycation a lot. And of course, if you're familiar with our channel, you already know that. We've stayed at all MGM properties, all Caesars properties, multiple times over the years. Actually, in 2024 alone, we stayed 71 nights on the Strip and 81 nights overall in hotels. We've traveled to Laughlin, Lake Tahoe, Reno, Tampa, Minneapolis. We've been everywhere. That's almost 3 months that we've been in hotel rooms. The reason we're sharing this is because we travel so much and we stay in hotel rooms all the time. We've picked up some tips over the years and we want to pass those on to you guys. Now, while we're focusing on the Strip, some of these tips could really apply anywhere. We've saved so much, but you know what? We rarely have changed rooms, and whenever there's been an issue, most properties have taken care of it right away. While it is an inconvenience, it's not registration's fault. They've actually been very polite and apologetic when we've brought any issue to their attention, so we appreciate their help.
All right, first up, once you get into your room, do a walkthrough. Now, this may sound weird and a waste of time. I mean, clearly there are way more exciting things to do on vacation, but it is kind of important. We learned this the hard way when we got into bed around midnight one night and ended up having to change rooms in the middle of the night due to the unfortunate body hair buffet that was all over the sheets. So when you do your walkthrough, start with your bed, pull down the covers, and lift up the pillows just to be sure it's what you want to be sleeping in later. Again, we did not do that, and it made for a very uncomfortable stay. And I won't get into the property, but it was an experience that we wish we did not have happen. So we always do this check every time we check into a hotel room. And if you want to go the extra mile and check for bed bugs, you can, but we never remove the sheets or do anything like that. And so far, so good. We've never had any issues.
If your bed is good, awesome. But there are a few things that you want to make sure are working. Make sure the toilet flushes, the water in the sink and shower drains, along with checking that your TV and your safe work. We also check all of the lights to make sure that they work, the lamps. And we check the plugs that are closest to our beds that we're going to plug our phones in. You don't want to find out when you're trying to get dressed in a dimly lit room only to find out that your phone didn't charge overnight or your lamps don't work. Now, it may sound unnecessary, but we've actually had all of these things happen to us, and waiting for maintenance is a huge inconvenience. It can take hours for them to get to your room. Switching rooms after you've unpacked, that's another major inconvenience because you have to pack up again, head down to registration, check out of one room, check into another one. It's just a big mess, so it's best to check all of these things right when you get into the room. Some of the easier things like, do I have enough towels? Is there soap? Is there shampoo? Does a remote control work? Is there a remote? We've been in rooms before and there's no remote or towels before. So just check those things. It'll make your entire stay that much easier.
Now, if you're familiar with our channel, then you know we love to travel with our dog Carlos. So we do an extra check that we'd recommend to anyone who has a fur baby with them or even a young child traveling with them. Walk through the room to check that the floor is clean, including under the furniture or around the furniture, behind the curtains, etc. And I don't mean freshly shampooed, I mean free of any extras that maybe were missed by the vacuum. And you know what? It does happen. We have found food, from crumbs to whole chips, and even a piece of chocolate, which is actually toxic for dogs, so I'm very glad that we found that before Carlos did. This can happen in hotels anywhere, but especially in Vegas, it can even be a little bit worse. We have even found pills, edibles, and once we even found a tightly rolled up dollar bill. I wonder what that was for. So again, if you have a dog with you or a child with you, or just you don't want to have those extras in your room, just do a quick walkthrough and check the floor.
Now let's talk about safety. I already mentioned making sure that your safe works. The next step is using it. There's no guarantee that nobody will enter your room while you're not in it. It's also best to lock up all of your valuables in there. Also, put anything else that you don't need, like your car keys, for example. And be sure to push or pull that door to make sure that it secures tightly. That doesn't always happen. We've seen doors kind of almost open. We've experienced where our door didn't close all the way while we were in it and we didn't even realize it. Now, you're also going to want to use both locks because people have been robbed in Vegas due to their doors not being fully secure. So make sure that it's completely locked. Christine has also had firsthand experience of people entering the room. This is housekeeping, of course, coming in while she's been in bed. Another time they came in, she was in the bathroom. Now, nothing malicious, of course, they're just doing their job, but it still is a bit unsettling, especially if you're laying in bed. Speaking of people entering your room, some people love having their rooms cleaned daily, and that's fine. We typically opt out of housekeeping since our stays are really not that long and we don't have a lot of stuff. And of course, we've also got Carlos in the room. We opt out either at check-in or if I forget, you can call down to the front desk. And we always hang our sign on the door, room occupied, no housekeeping, whatever the sign says to keep people out. Christine, based on her experiences with housekeeping, she goes the extra mile. She puts a little note on the door stating that we've opted out of housekeeping or that we have a late checkout. This is more just to notify housekeeping because they don't always get the message from registration. Even when you call down and they tell you you're all set, they still don't tell housekeeping all the time. So that's just an extra step if you'd like.
Last but not least, we wanted to share some things that we pack and why. Of course, me being a germaphobe, I always pack wipes. I like to wipe out the drawers before I unpack and put anything in them. Not because there's like germs in there, but sometimes there's hair or dirt or things like that. So I just like to make sure that I'm putting my clothes on a clean surface. I also will use them to wipe out the tub if there's a soaking tub that we might use. We also pack chip clips, and I know this sounds kind of weird, but we pack this for the curtains because we like to sleep in, and that laser beam of a light that seems to always shine through into our faces does interfere with our beauty sleep. So we use the chip clip to keep the curtains closed tightly. We also bring longer charging cords for our phones and even short extension cords with multiple outlets on them, since sometimes you don't get to charge your phone on your nightstand, and I like to have my phone right next to me at night. We also pack poo drops. Now, if you're not familiar with poo drops, these are these little bottles. They look kind of like Visine, and you can put the little drops in the water of the toilet and it neutralizes the toilet water so it's not smelly. I mean, you could bring a bathroom spray also, but we bring this stuff especially if we're sharing a room with somebody else out of courtesy. And lastly, and this is for convenience as well as saving money, we bring snacks, we bring our different beverages like beer, water, we bring coffee, and we even bring a coffee pot. We have a little travel Keurig that we bring. And I know it might sound a little weird bringing a coffee pot with to Vegas, but we've just had so many experiences waiting in really long lines and overpaying for just a crappy cup of coffee that for us, it makes it totally worth it for us to tote our coffee pot and some coffee and creamers along. And these just kind of add to the comfort. And again, the bonus is there. We save money because we do spend so much time there. We like to save as much money as we can on things like this so that we can use that money towards gambling, towards eating out, towards shows, all that good stuff.
Don't forget to check out our merchandise shop right here. We've got your t-shirts, your hats, coffee mugs, everything 9th Island Connection. All right, guys, that's a wrap on this one. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, supporting our channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, give us a like, it'll help us out. And you know what? You've got nothing to lose. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments below, what are some tips and tricks that you've learned over the years of traveling that you think other people might benefit from? Share in the comments below.
And don't forget to check out the description for the playlist of all of our room tours of all the hotel rooms we've stayed in over the years in Vegas, as well as how you can watch our television show, 9th Island Connection, wherever you are. And if you're looking for even more Vegas, be sure to tune in to our YouTube channel on Mondays, where we give an update on everything happening that week in Vegas. That is our 9th Island Connection podcast, This Week in Vegas. Thanks again for watching and for all of the support of our channel and our show. We'll see you next time.
9th Island Connection highlights Las Vegas businesses, entertainment, events, and activities on and off the Strip, keeping our viewers connected with the 9th Island of Las Vegas. From local mom and pop restaurants to those owned and operated by top chefs, from kitchen action to the inspiration behind the dishes, we deliver the culinary creations of Vegas. From Las Vegas entertainers and athletes to all of the exciting activities and experiences around the Vegas Valley, we keep our viewers connected with all of the excitement that the entertainment capital of the world has to offer. Of course, we can't forget about the casinos that make Vegas, Vegas, with exclusive tours of the incredible amenities and beautiful accommodations, getting right in the heart of the casino floor action and entertainment, as well as interviews with casino owners, CEOs, GMs, and executive chefs. We bring the Las Vegas Casino into our viewers' homes. Highlighting lesser-known areas like the Fremont East District, the Arts District, and Brewery Row, we bring attention to these small businesses that have become fast favorites in the local community. We bring our viewers a complete Vegas experience. We also invite our viewers along as we venture into the great outdoors of the Las Vegas Valley, sharing short road trips, hikes, and the unique sights found in the Mojave Desert. Great people, great stories, great connections, only on 9th Island Connection.